there everyone, it's Val, and welcome back to Skyrim Zahjira's Travels. Is that an in-character or an out-of-character comment there, Warsong? Alrighty. Oh, sorry. That was OSC, okay, I thought it was. Yes, the music you can hear here when indulging in moon sugar, yes. Well, I like the bouncy and the sneaky music, and it's just all Zahjira, can I say? Ooh, look at Khajiit's shadow. Doesn't she have fabulous ears? Yes, she does. Ah. Alright, so you... 9 pounds. It's not really worth it, is it? That is. Alright, well, she will hang on to it for now. Well, the Greybirds were right about there being a source of power here. Let's just keep that shut for the moment while Khajiit looks around. Okay, she is going to try to take those things off. Okay. Where is the... Where is the activation for that particular trap? Khajiit would like to avoid it. Nothing seemed to happen. Okay, so those might just be book stands as opposed to actual traps. That's the word Khajiit was going for. Ah, have to go up there and across the little bridge. Khajiit sees. Well, she has to say that it seems that the dragon priests don't seem to resurrect, or, well, not resurrect, but animate their draugrs with wisps of soul, or whatever it is that actually activates them. If they're bones, so this person, if any of their soul was still tied to their body, was freed by their death, she hopes. She wishes she could say she felt the same about these. Maybe now that the Draugr priest is... Draugr priest? Because she guess you could call them that as well. But the dragon priest, once that they are taken out, if there's no one here to awaken them again somehow, perhaps it means all of these as well will turn to bone. She hopes that's the case. Yeah, she's still not sure. Nope, none of them are traps. Okay. Now she's pretty sure. Alright. Well, fellas, Khajiit, I think she needs her spells. Yeah, she might as well refresh them all. We're probably fine for exiting here without an issue, but just in case. This particular dragon priest seemed to like their traps a little bit more than most, she thinks. At least she doesn't recall having seen quite so many traps in this size of a crypt. Maybe she has, and the avalanche just took that memory. She's not sure. She can only go by what she remembers, yes? Although, fellas, if this is standard and Khajiit's just not remembering, feel free to let her know. You guys were not in the avalanche, so you didn't have your brains jostled around the way Khajiit did. Okay, you don't look like you drop on people's heads. Alright. Okay, doesn't look trapped. No, she doesn't want that one. That one is just too heavy. Okay, she's thinking this opens the gate. And it looks like she's right. And Khajiit is thinking this is back where we were. Yes, this is the first barred door we came across. So everything should be fine. Yes. Right. All right. Well, the next time that we visit the Greybeards, Khajiit will have to remember to ask Tolfdir. No, that's the wrong name. Arngir. Ask Arngir if he knows of any new locations that he sensed power from. And in fact, so this is the one that Khajiit learned. It seems to have something to do with weaponry. All right. Okay, so which way were we going? We were heading... Originally, we were trying to get to Windhelm to get a cart. And that Khajiit thinks is still going to... Well... To be honest, we're not that far... We're about as far from Whiterun as we are from Windhelm. So, yeah, let's just stick to the road.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Ah. Khajiit suggests... Alright. Khajiit is going to give this person a chance. Walk away right now. Khajiit will not warn you again.
Nice try, but you don't scare me. I'm not going to ask again.
Khajiit does not have time for this.
Don't you walk away from me. Enough of this! That's your... I'm on fire!
Yes, yes you were. Khajiit gave them a chance. Everybody here all right? Khajiit is feeling a little... Her vision's a little blurry. Ah, okay. That did hurt, Khajiit will admit. She has to remember she still takes a lot of damage. She actually didn't expect this thief to keep going after Khajiit and ignoring her 3 friends. Ah, war song, yes. A loss of time at best, a loss of life at worst. Well, this particular individual is not going to need these things anymore. Well, very annoying. Alright, we are going to Windhelm, which should be this way. The reason that Khajiit hesitated to just, you know, outright attack and gave the thief a chance was because she was hoping the thief was just somebody who'd like to acquire items. Is Khajiit going the wrong way? Yes, she is. Just someone who liked to acquire items and not actually someone who wanted to murder people. Unfortunately, Khajiit was wrong. What can you do? So she has to say she doesn't feel bad? Wait a minute. Okay, no, she didn't hear anything. She thought she heard something, she didn't. Ah, was it you? Was it you Khajiit heard? Possibly. Khajiit's kind of wondering if we should... Well, no. Actually, this is not a good place to collect wood. They'd end up having to burn some just to stay warm. It's probably better to keep going. What is that over there? It appears to be a shrine of some sort. Is that a... Oops. That's a whoops, alright. It is a whoops. Which Khajiit just missed. But it's apparently still napping. Ah, they're so hard to hit. Is it alive? Maybe it's not alive. She doesn't remember them staying so still like that, though. Khajiit puzzled. She sees a present, but she would like to... Aha! Apparently Khajiit was just missing. Alright, this is an ancient structure. Ah. It is indeed a shrine of Talos. Interesting. Looks like a broken axe has been laid here. Khajiit wonders what the story is behind that. She will never know, but she does wonder. Which means that this was made into a shrine of Talos after it was originally built. Because this looks like Dragon Priest era stuff, not Talos era stuff. And Warsong, indeed, Khajiit is hoping to do some selling when she gets to Whiterun. She would like, indeed, to exchange for heavy items for some Litecoin. And here's some more things to sell. Alright, well... It is getting towards night. Might have to set up camp. It's perhaps somewhere along the road here, or maybe by that big fire, which she thinks has to do with... Where did that one come from? She heard the slithery noise of it. Icy, slithery, airy noise. There is a giant here. We need to get... we need to get some things. We need to get the powdered mammoth horn. Now, there was a time when Khajiit would just attack the giants. But we ran into that one along the road which wasn't hostile, so she is now a little unsure. She doesn't want to just attack them when we might be able to trade for it, yes? But on the other hand, it is a giant. Which means... And they're not beside the road, so they're not a threat to... Well, actually, how close are they to the road? They're fairly close to the road. Because she doesn't really want to kill them if she doesn't have to. But she's going to freeze if she stands here debating for too long. She knows what she'll do. And near their homes, yes, they may feel threatened. This is true. This spell, she's going to... It's always been pretty good at telling her who was hostile and who wasn't. So if this spell tells her that they're hostile, that will help inform her. That is assuming, of course, she can get close enough to inquire. Without... She's still too far away. Dang it. Okay, this spell says hostile. If we didn't... If we didn't need the powdered horn, she would just go. All right. She doesn't remember the spell not indicating correctly before. Maybe she can sneak around there and not have to kill them? Ah, but it's so close to the road, and the spell said hostile. Oh. You know, it was a little simpler when Khajiit hadn't met a giant that was, well, not really friendly, but indifferent before. Because before she had no doubt that they were hostile. It's not that close to the road. Yeah. You're right. You're saying that does remind her she does have a spell which she hasn't really used before. She thinks it's one of her new ones, that let her convince people that she's alright. She just has to find it. She has to consult her book. And she is getting cold, so we can't delay for too long here. It's probably an alteration spell. No. No. It's not going to be... Maybe restoration? Moon sugar makes everyone all right, but to satisfy a giant, you'd need a snowbank worth. Yes, yes, you would. All right, here's restoration. Let's see. Circle. No. Alright. Either she is misremembering, or she is blind because she's not seeing it. She thought she had one. Maybe she thought of buying it and then changed her mind. That's possible. Perhaps it was an enchantment. No, it would have been a spell. Khajiit doesn't remember, doesn't have any items that do that sort of thing. All right. She's hoping she's doing the right thing. It would help if she actually had something resembling the ability to shoot straight. Now we need the mammoth powder, so... Khajiit is thinking we're going to need some light. Alright. Oh, she hopes she made the right choice. Stand near the fire, see... I can't really... Yeah, Khajiit thinks we need to make a fire, fellas. Because this fire is not... We could possibly just put up the tent. We have the fire here. We might be able to do it. And that would be a little faster. Okay, no, we can't find the right spot for it. Let's put the tent right there. If you fellas wouldn't mind putting that up, and Khajiit is going to light a fire and hope that it's in the right place. And hope it doesn't set the tent on fire. Oh, Khajiit is warming up. She is wondering if we should sleep here till the morning. She's thinking that might be a good idea. Once she is warmed up. and isn't in danger of freezing her tail off. Yes. She's almost warm enough that she can sleep. Alright, that's warm enough.
I grew up in the Pale. This land was my home for most of my life.
Was it now, Aronder? That is very interesting. Let's sleep, shall we?
For a Dunmer.
It's still snowing out. The tent is covered in snow. And our campfire has gone out. But Khajiit is still warm from her bedding.
I grew up in the Pale. This land was my home for most of my life. And for a Dunmer, that's quite a statement, I assure you.
Indeed. You have been around for a long time. Okay, let's pray this doesn't crash, which it sometimes does after we sleep. Alright. Well, Khajiit was kind of hoping the storm would be over. Okay, how... Okay, that doesn't look trapped. How is Khajiit supposed to make tusk powder? Which we need. Find some mammoth tusk powder. She was kind of hoping to find some here. Alright, is there... someplace... She was hoping to find some with the giant or in the chest here. But maybe she has to go to a special place. She doesn't remember Quintus telling Khajiit a special place to go, but apparently there is. Alright, well. It requires skill to create powder from tusks. Few are so masterful. Well, Khajiit's thinking that you either need some extremely strong arms, or you need something special. She's not sure if it's skill or not, because she's a decent alchemist, and she should have at least... I mean, she's never heard of tusk powder before, to be honest. And while she didn't take up alchemy until she came to Skyrim, Great Aunt Shurza was in fact an alchemist. And Khajiit doesn't remember her ever having tusk powder. Because she did have Khajiit gathering items for her and sorting her, her bottles and pouches of ingredients. There was no tusk powder there. And Great Aunt Shurza was a very, very skilled alchemist. And quite disappointed that Khajiit never showed much interest in actually learning the alchemy. It wasn't until she came here that she started to see the uses, more uses for it. Like in terms of actually wanting to learn it. She actually regrets not talking to Great Aunt Shurza and learning it from her. Now she has to go on her memory of what she had seen and learn based on that, which is going all right. But she thinks Great Aunt Shurza would have been happy to know that she was now learning alchemy. Now that she knows you spirits are out there and her advisors are out there, she hopes that means that even if she can't hear her, that Aunt Shurza is able to watch Khajiit and know that is not a place Khajiit recognizes, which doesn't mean a lot. Is that is going the wrong way-ish? No, it's not really. We can visit that place. Alright, it's kind of on the way. Alright, well, giants have lived here for a very long time, or at least the mammoths have. Tusks usually splinter when crushed, even when put to a grind so it merely heats and burns. Well, Khajiit's only tried to crush them once, so she will take your word for that. Alright. Hello? Hello? Is anybody home? Hello? Good evening. Morning. Sorry, Khajiit's a little confused. Hello.
Oh, for the love of Mara, what now?
Oh, is there something wrong? Khajiit's sorry to bother you if that's the case.
Is something wrong? Is something wrong, she asks? Yes, something is bloody well wrong.
Okay.
Or maybe you missed the demented little man in the jester's garb down by the road? Goes by the name of Cicero? Crazy fools asked me to fix his broken wagon wheel 5 times. He won't take no for an answer. Why can't he just leave us alone?
What is the problem? Zahjira is sure he would pay you.
Pay me? You think this is about money?
Okay,
Have you seen the man?
No.
He's completely out of his head. A jester here in Skyrim?
Yeah,
He's been a merry man in these parts for 100 years. And he's transporting some giant box. Says it's a coffin, and he's going to bury his mother. Mother, my eye. You could have anything in there. War contraband, weapons, skooma. Ain't no way I'm getting involved in any of that.
Skooma, huh? Well, it would be rather unusual to be transporting skooma inside a coffin, to be honest. You do have a point, though. We don't know what's in the box. What can Zahjira do to help you?
Well, there is something. There's a guard patrols the road that crazy jester is on. He passes by pretty often. You could report the fool. You know, say he's done something against the law. That will at least get rid of him for me. What do you say?
Well, Khajiit is not too comfortable with the idea of framing someone. Zahjira will not condemn an innocent on baseless suspicions.
Fine, suit yourself. But you're wrong anyway. Just look at the fool. I don't know what it is, but he's damn well guilty of something.
Well, that may very well be possible, but Khajiit doesn't know. She's never met him. Hello.
You need something? Talk to my husband. Vantis Lorius. Or just Lorius, if it's all the same to you.
Okay. Well, Khajiit will go and have a look at this jester by the road. And she will see what her guts tell her. Someone said the magic word, skooma. Yes. Khajiit will admit that particular word makes her unhappy. So there is a jester by the road. And indeed, there is a cart. Here's the road. Let's go have a chat.
Poor mother. She's been waiting here so long. Stupid farmer and his stupid tools. Why won't he help us?
Okay. She thinks as a jester he's probably a very dramatic person based on what she just heard. Khajiit doesn't he's worried, basically. And he said your name is Cicero.
Poor mother. She's been waiting here so long. Stupid farmer and his stupid tools. Why won't he help us?
Okay. Well, it is the right size to be a coffin. And to be honest, this Cicero does not seem to be entirely run-of-the-mill, shall we say? And there's the guard that the farmer was talking about. Just because you get the willies from somebody, he's different. She doesn't really see any reason not to help him. Now, granted, she would love to know what was actually in the crate, whether it was in fact the remains of his mother, but if it is the remains of his mother, she can understand why that's the only thing on his mind. She knows when she had to bury Great Aunt Shirza that was certainly very concerning to her. Right? Okay. A coffin within a box seems redundant to you? Whoever it is must be well loved if even the coffin is protected. This is true. But if the coffin is also made out of wood, they might be worried about damage to it. So, yes. Alright, let's have a chat with the farmer. Vantis Lorius.
I thought we talked enough. Unless you've reconsidered my offer. That Cicero needs sorting.
Okay, look. His shoes may be funny. He may have an odd voice. But try putting yourself in them for a moment, yes? If that is his mother in the box, then if you were in his shoes, wouldn't you want to be able to bury your mother?
Look, Yes, you're right. Feller might be nutters, might not. But fact is, he needs help. I turned him away. What kind of a man am I, huh?
Exactly.
Look, thanks. And I'm sorry for my unneighborly reaction. If you talk to Cicero, you be sure to tell him I'll be down to help soon.
Alright, Khajiit will do that. And she suspects that if he tries to take the box into Whiterun or any city, the guards will have a look at it anyway. And that's probably where he's going to have her buried, so... Yeah, assuming he is telling the truth, which... Not being a mind reader, she is for the moment going to assume, barring other evidence, that is in fact what's in the box. Alright. Cicero.
Poor mother. Her new home seems so very far.
Okay then. Zahjira talked to Lorius. He has agreed to fix your wagon wheel. So I hope you two can be polite to each other.
You did? He has?
Yes.
Oh, stranger! You have made Cicero so happy,
Okay.
so jubilant and ecstatic, but more, even more, my mother thanks you.
Okay.
Here for your troubles.
That-
Shiny, clinky gold.
Well, thank
A few
you, but-
coins for your kind deed, and thank you again.
You're welcome. Good luck. Khajiit hopes you get... She really doesn't need the money, but if you insist, she hopes you get your mother safely buried in her new home. Alright then. Well... Khajiit has to say this is not exactly something she expected to happen on the way to Whiterun, but... Well, there you go. Imperials are noble... Hello. Warsong, you're saying Imperials are noble to a fault, get past their suspicious nature, and the Cyrodiilic folk are quite obliging. Was the farmer an Imperial then? Khajiit has to admit, a lot of the human people look very similar to her. She assumed he was a Nord, but if you say he was Imperial, sure. And by the same, she doesn't mean that she'll mistake one for another. She means that she can't look at somebody and say, oh, that's a Breton, or that's an Imperial. Red Guards she can tell. At least she thinks all Red Guards have the darker skin. She's... Okay. Khajiit has to admit it was rather a surprise to her, too. Whoops. So sorry. So sorry. Are you alright? Okay, you look good. Khajiit apologizes. Arander, did you heal him? She just saw another figure and thought you were abandoned. Thank heaven Khajiit didn't kill you. Cicero, you think the name sounds Cyrodiilian, but he appears to be from High Rock. Well, like she said, she will take your word for that. Okay, so apparently the bandits were attacking the outpost. Thank heaven she didn't kill a guard. That would have been hard to explain. Alright. Well, Khajiit is carrying a little bit too much stuff. So she is going to need to get rid of some of the heavier things that are not worth very much. Of which she doesn't have a lot. Actually, those for weight are actually worth a decent amount, so let's look over here. Ooh. Where'd she get that? She's got so much stuff. Here, she can drop this. So many things. Mistaken identity. Yes, yes it was. And you're also saying in battle, you must trust your instincts. Well, unfortunately sometimes Khajiit's instinct is to light everyone afire, and that's not always the right thing to do. Okay, she does need to pick these things up to take a look at them. Okay, that is heavy. Alright, that one is not very heavy and worth an okay amount. Alright, let's see here. Oh! Don't need those. Don't leave claw marks, they're easier to trace. Yeah, Khajiit doesn't tend to use her claws unless she's out of... Well, actually, if she's out of magic, she tends to grab a bow, but sometimes... Yeah. She thinks she's a little low on the cotton, so she could be wrong, but she's gonna grab what she can see. Oh, and bugs! Uh-oh. Khajiit has to get the bugs. Ah. Alright, I just realized it was time to cycle the stream, so if you are watching on YouTube, please look at the upcoming live stream section for the next episode, which should be 3.065. And for watching on Twitch or Mixer, I will be back in about 5 minutes, assuming Joycaster/Switchboard Live cooperates. And we'll resume Zahjira's travels in Skyrim. Thank you for watching. See you in a few minutes.